Greetings, YouTube. Sometimes I wake up and I have no idea what videos I'm going to make in Marvel Contest of Champions, but I just have a feeling that news is going to hit the game. Sometimes it is new champions, sometimes it is bugs, sometimes it's emergency maintenance, but today is one of those videos that Kabam has been warning us about for weeks, including multiple in-game messages about possible piloting infractions. But I don't know if anyone could have really foreseen what happened today, because let me be the first to tell you if you don't already know. Today, Kabam brought the hammer down on several top-tier Master Bracket Alliance War alliances, including and most notably MMX IV, along with several others. And you, for yourself, can go to the Season 4 leaderboard and you can scroll down, and the usual suspects on this leaderboard, many of those usual suspects are gone. And some of you can watch this video and say, hey, there's my alliance. I made it into Prof. Hoff's video. We never thought that we would be this high. Look at Omni. Omni has jumped to 14. That's pretty amazing. We have seen some serious new names and contenders. And I'm guessing quite a few of you who are in these alliances were on the fringe of top 20. And you just needed some things to go your way. And today is your lucky day. But for the people in the alliances that got docked, today is their unlucky day. And what I am hearing about from so many people who have contacted me in the lineup, many of whom are in the alliances that got docked, we'll say three refrains. Number one, we have no idea why we got docked because we thought we were playing by the rules. And yes, there are going to be several people who watch this video and say, well, that's a bunch of BS. They knew they were cheating. But that is the stance they are taking, at least to me. Point number two, we thought if Kabam was going to dock us, that they would at least give us some explanation of why. And we are shocked to find out that they have not done that. And then point number three, which is by far the most fascinating point to me, somebody who sometimes enjoys internet conspiracy theories, they think, at least a couple of people from some alliances think, that they were intentionally sabotaged by some of you in the top Masters brackets who are on the board right now, because they claimed that they brought in a recruit who instantly cost them deaths in Alliance War, didn't move at all, and then left. And that recruit, who was clearly a terrible recruit for them, not only cost them points in the Alliance War that they lost, but also must have done things illegally without them knowing, that got the red flag from Kabam and ultimately the Alliance War deduction hammer. I will say this objectively, as someone that is not in a Master Alliance and has seen screenshot after screenshot for months from people claiming that Kabam doesn't care about cheating at the top because these people spend way too much money on the game and they will protect their bottom line. Kudos to Kabam for finally growing a pair and not being afraid to lay down the hammer on the top of the top alliances. I am not saying that I think that necessarily these people were guilty doing what they thought, because I don't know. I don't know what happened behind the scenes. And what's really sad for those people is it sounds like they have no idea what happened either. They thought they were playing by the rules, and instead they got the deduction. Now, there are some ramifications to this, of course. The first being in front of you is that we have some people who maybe didn't think they would ever be ranked this high in Alliance War at the top. And I tell you all who are, playing the right way and doing things the right way and waiting for the luck and all the things to fall into place, I say congratulations to you. This is exciting for you to be in the top 20, and you should be very proud. But the ramification of this as well is that a lot of these people who just got docked, this is the reason why they play the game. It's to stay at the top of Alliance War. And since they no longer can stay at the top of Alliance War, a lot of these people are just going to retire. And so Kabam may actually see a significant decline in revenue, at least from these top whales, if these people go out to pasture, so to speak, and just decide to quit the game, sell their account, whatever. So I have heard a lot of chatter. There are people who are so paranoid that they were sabotaged right now that they can't be convinced otherwise. And that's the chatter I'm hearing. I'm hearing from people who are just saying, you know what? My reason for playing the game is gone. I don't know who cheated, but I'm done with Marvel Contest of Champions. And then I'm hearing from some people who are just excited that they had no idea that when they checked their war season placement, they would shoot up the leaderboards so fast today. So you've got a spectrum of people, if you will. You've got people who are insanely pissed off, ready to take down whoever it was that cost them a chance to place high in Alliance War Season 4. You've got people who are convinced that there are accounts out there from other alliances that are secretly this whole time just being used for the sole purpose of sabotaging, and they want to get the message out that this is going to happen to more people, so be very careful who you recruit. And then there's just people who are thankful that they didn't cheat, or at least didn't get caught. Who knows what Kabam is going to catch and what they don't. What do you think, though, average YouTube fandom? Like me, if you're in a Gold 1 alliance, you're kind of just grabbing the popcorn and seeing where this thing ends up. But regardless, I'm thankful that Kabam followed through with their warning that allegedly did include top alliances, but we hadn't seen proof that they'd actually do something. And I'm also I can see the other side, right? I can see if you feel like you did everything right and no piloting was done and you were in a safe position to place and suddenly you lose points, I can see why that would be maddening, especially if you had a recruit come in, immediately do nothing for your alliance and then get booted and still have that person affect your overall placement. There are a lot of angles to take on this story. One thing's for sure, this is a sign of things to come. If Kabam suspects any reason for your alliance to be cheating, they will not hesitate to boot you. They made that very clear today. So comment below, tell me what you think. If you're in one of the alliances that got booted, are you going to admit that maybe you did do something wrong, or are you going to hold the stance that you did nothing wrong and you think somebody sabotaged? If you're in an alliance that benefited from this, are you thankful for that? And then if you're not involved in this, what are your thoughts on it in general? I'd love to hear all sides of this because it's definitely a story that's number one in the chat today. Thanks for watching, YouTube. I look forward to reading all perspectives and gaining additional knowledge myself.